crafty friends, it's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, bringing to you today another quick card with the Painted Petals stamp set, which is in the Occasions catalog, which will be available until June. So this is a really quick card, and I've already done a lot of the steps ahead of time just to save you from having to watch me do that. But I am going to show you a trick for using, this is the sheet of Irresistibly Yours paper, which is in the celebration. It's one of the free options, which is only available until March 31st, 2015. So this is just a different way to use that. You can sponge on it, you can spritz it, you can spray it. So to get this dark look, what I did is this actually is a piece that measures 4.5 by 4 1/4. And what I did, here's just an empty piece, so if you can see, if I turn that, you see the gloss on that, so it comes embossed and it's white, so you make it any color that you want. So what I did is I took the Wild Wasabi ink, and I am going to throw a little scrap down there, and you open up your ink pad, and you turn it upside down, and it's a little messy, you can get ink everywhere, all over your fingers, and you just drag your ink pad over the piece of paper until you get it the color all over that you want. And I would recommend, if you're going to do a lot of these, to make sure that you have the re-inker for these, because you're going to need to fill it back up. So then you would take a tissue and wipe off the white leaves, and that makes them pop even more and takes off that excess green ink. So then once it dries, it gets a little more of an even tone to it. So that's how I got that piece of paper to look like that. So my card base is actually in Hello Honey, and it's just a standard card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4 down the center. And then I took the Because You Care stamp set, which is actually a Hostess stamp set, in the Occasions catalog, and I'm going to use this Thank You here, and I stamped that using Versamark, and I heat embossed that with the white embossing powder. So I've done that already, so you don't have to listen to the heat machine, but I did that on Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and I punched that out with the decorative labels punch. And then I have a piece of the Painted Petals Designer Series paper, which is 3 3/4 by 2.5, and it's this one on one side. We're actually going to use the yellow piece. And then I have a piece of white cardstock, which measures 3.5 by 2 1/4. And I have stamped on that using the Painted Petals stamp set in Blackberry Bliss and the Wild Wasabi. So it's actually this leaf image here, and then these flowers. And I found it easier to stamp the leaves first, and then depending on which way you put the leaves, to line up your flowers to match that. And this single stem here is for this single flower here. So once you get that one lined up, the rest of them line up quite nicely. So that's how I did that. So then we're going to adhere these two together. And I have some Tombow clear liquid glue, because unfortunately I am out of tape runner. I need to get myself restocked in this. I just finished a big order for Mother's Day cards for where I work, so I am getting low on supplies. So then we are going to adhere the Irresistibly Yours piece of paper. Right to the Hello Honey card base, and I liked it with a little bit of the card showing on the top and the bottom. You could do it towards the top, you could do it however you would like, whatever looks good to your eye. And then we're gonna adhere this whole section. Now you could pop this up on dimensionals if you wanted to. We're just gonna line that up. And the one thing that I love about the liquid glue is, I apologize, my camera decided to be full of memory. What I was saying as I was adhering this piece down is, with the liquid glue, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you do get things on crooked, that you can make sure that it is in the correct spot. And then what I did was adhere some dimensionals to the back of our sentiment and adhere that down. I hope you enjoyed today's project. Please feel free to visit me at mariesvermontcreations.com. I hope you have a great day.